welcome to the deep dive. Today, well, we've got something pretty special lined up.
We really do. We've been given a fantastic opportunity, actually.
Yeah, Dakota Frandsen, his new country album, it's dropping July 4th, 2025.
Right, and his company, Bald and Bonkers Network, LLC, they've given us exclusive early access, the full tracks.
Which is amazing. So our mission today isn't just a quick listen. We want to really get into it.
Exactly. Dig into the stories Frandsen's telling, the sounds, the emotions. Really understand the heart of this thing before it even comes out.
Think of it as your insider preview. We know you, our listeners, love getting deeper into the music beyond just, the surface.
So we're aiming for more than just a track-by-track rundown. We want to explore what makes this album work, what themes keep popping up.
And right off the bat, the sheer variety is, well, it's noticeable.
Oh, absolutely. The emotional range is pretty broad. You've got everything from intense longing to, pure, unexpected joy. It feels like he's stretching out as a storyteller.
Okay, let's start with track 1. All mine, but she ain't. This one, it drops you right into that heavy feeling, wanting someone you just can't have.
It's classic country territory, yeah, but there's a real edge to it. The lyrics are so visual.
Right, that image. The woman wearing another guy's ring, but she's not smiling.
It says so much immediately. You feel the tension, the narrator's longing. Makes you wonder about their whole backstory.
It really does. And lines like, she should be wrapped up in my arms, not just a name I can't say in the light. Oof. That forbidden desire, it's just palpable.
And that bit where he says, damn, if I ain't living in the past, all we could be. That feeling of being stuck on the what if. It's incredibly relatable, isn't it?
Totally. But what's interesting is the contrast he sets up.
You mean the midnight sin versus the back porch charm?
Exactly. That internal conflict. He wants something real, something pure, but the situation is messy.
And that really intense line, I tear down heaven and raise some hell just to break the chains that got her hell. Wow. It shows this, desperate level of passion, maybe bordering on irrational.
Almost self-destructive, maybe, but then it lands on that sort of weary acceptance, She's all I want, but she ain't all mine.
Yeah, that final line hits hard. It's just this sad acknowledgement of reality. Leaves you feeling it.
Okay, so then, complete tonal shift for track 2. Beats me, but it works.
Huh. Yeah, this one's fun. Total change of pace.
It's got this great self-deprecating humor. This guy knows he's kind of awkward, not exactly a smooth operator.
But somehow things just work out for him, especially with the ladies. It's charming because he seems genuinely confused by it.
Right. The lyrics are so specific. Shaved head glows like a high beam light, goat's crooked, boots ain't tight. He's painting a very clear, very unpolished picture.
And you wonder if that's part of the appeal, the honesty.
Could be. And that hook beats me, but it works. He's just so perfectly delivered, he's not pretending.
And those little stories within the song, tripping while dancing, but somehow it leads to a kiss. It kind of makes you question what smooth even means.
Yeah. And his buddies getting jealous, trying all the standard lines while he's just being himself and winning.
They're shooting darts while I'm doing well. It's funny. It almost makes fun of trying too hard, Authenticity winning out.
It feels like it, like he just stumbled onto the secret. And that line, might look mean, but I'm gentle and tall, like a grizzly bear that just wants to dance. That's just perfect.
It really is. Completely flips expectations, suggests maybe his genuine nature just shines through. It's refreshing.
Okay, shifting gears again, big time. Beyond the Stars, Celeste memory. This feels grand.
Yeah.
Deeply emotional.
The language in this one is beautiful, really evocative. Emerald eyes. Soft lips whisper like a southern breeze. It creates this almost ethereal picture of the person.
You really feel the depth of his adoration.
Absolutely. And comparing his need for her touch to the sky needing rain, it elevates it beyond just love. It's fundamental, a core need.
Yeah. And there's this other layer too, isn't there? The suggestion that this love is bigger than just now.
Right. The hints of past lives, destiny, our hearts were lovers in another life, and seeing forever, God himself drew up this plan. It really leans into that whole soulmate idea.
It's incredibly romantic, almost spiritual in a way.
And the commitment. I'd fight the heavens to keep you close. It shows this fierce, protective quality. This person is irreplaceable.
And the ending, that their connection survives even death. Because, darling, you and me were born beyond the stars. It takes it to this almost mythical level, everlasting.
Truly, a powerful statement about enduring love.
Okay, from the cosmic, let's go to the wonderfully strange. Boots on the Moon. This is just a fantastic story song.
Oh, this one's great. Pure narrative fun. You meet Earl, this quirky guy, talks to squirrels, builds rockets, sets a unique tone right away.
And the town thinks he's nuts, right? Called him crazy, bless his heart. Too much moonshine and raccoon parts. Classic small-town skepticism.
Exactly. Is he just eccentric, or is there something more? But Earl believes it. His story about the alien woman.
With the velvet lips and the laser tattoo, he's so specific. It's endearing. You kind of want to bluff him, even though it sounds, well, insane.
And Frandsen fills it with these great details. Earl seeing galaxies, the town trying to explain it away with moonshine. It plays with what we dismiss as crazy, doesn't it?
And then the payoff. The ship lands. The woman appears.
Yes. Total vindication for Earl. Imagine the town's reaction going from disbelief to just awe.
It's such a great moment. A reminder that maybe the wildest stories have some truth to them sometimes.
It's a lovely little tale about belief, really. And the town becoming an intergalactic tourist spot. Such a fun, imaginative ending. Earl goes from oddball to legend.
Okay, bringing it back down to earth now. Forever and always. Ain't going nowhere. This one feels really grounded. Solid.
Yeah, it tackles those doubts that can surface in relationships, even strong ones. That opening question from his partner, will you still love me when the fire dies? That hits home for a lot of people, I think.
It's that quiet fear, isn't it? But his response is so direct, so firm.
I ain't going nowhere. Don't care what storms roll through. It's just pure reassurance, building that foundation of security.
And it's not just talk, is it? He mentions building a future, turning fears to peace.
Right. Linking his own drive, his ambition, to their life together. Baby, you're the reason I run so hard. It shows how invested he is. She's the goal.
It emphasizes action. I made a vow not just with words, but with every breath. That really underlines the sincerity. It's ongoing.
Definitely. It's about that continuous commitment, not just a one-off promise, especially when things get tough.
Next one takes a sharp turn, though. Heavier subject matter. You won't lay a hand again.
Yeah, this one is intense, very raw. Deals with domestic abuse, protection.
The opening lines just paint this immediate, difficult picture. Sitting on the porch wearing every scar, hoodie hiding, lip all busted, arms bruised and teal. It's visceral. You feel the pain.
And the narrator's reaction is instant, protective, fierce. There's no hesitation.
It feels like that primal urge to defend someone you love.
Exactly. And what's interesting is how he frames it. This ain't about revenge. It's about taking back the peace she's been denied.
So not just anger, but trying to restore safety. Justice, almost.
Yeah, especially if the system isn't working for her. It raises those really complicated questions about stepping in when the law feels inadequate.
The confrontation itself is described pretty brutally. Knuckles flying, broke his grin. No sugarcoating there.
No. And that line, sometimes the law don't bring peace. Sometimes it's fists that set her free. That's a really stark, unsettling thought.
It forces you to think about those impossible situations. The finality of it, he's got scars that scream my name, but he won't lay a hand again. It emphasizes the protective outcome, but wow.
It's a tough listen, but powerful. A difficult portrayal of intervention.
Okay, shifting again. Another kind of emotional complexity in, if he breaks your heart, I'll be right here. That unrequited love territory.
Ah, yes. Watching someone you care about get hurt by someone else while you're stuck on the sidelines. It captures that perfectly.
The lyrics about her calling when the other guy messes up, and he has to just be the friend.
While inside, he's thinking, been dreaming of you right there next to me. That quiet longing, it's so clear.
And the promise he makes, even if unspoken directly to her maybe. If he breaks your heart, you got someone who's been waiting the whole damn time. It lays his feelings bare.
But there's that little hint, isn't there? That maybe it's not entirely one-sided. Sometimes I swear you look at me the way I look at you.
Right. Adds that layer of what if. Maybe there is something there just waiting. Makes you think about timing.
And he's honest about the conflict, too. I ain't proud of wanting what I shouldn't want. That internal struggle is relatable.
And the imagery. The pickup full of moonlight and a shotgun seat. It's this romantic escape fantasy, right? A different life waiting.
It really is. It's a song about patience, quiet devotion, just being there, offering a different kind of love if the chance comes. I'll be right here. Consistent.
Okay, next up. She begged me not to go. This one feels like pure heartache, the pain of a difficult choice.
Yeah, the choice between maybe a passionate but messy love and something safer, more stable, but leaving behind something powerful.
You feel the struggle right away. Packing bags, trying to do what's right, but then her plea, please just stay, gut-wrenching.
And his realization, or maybe her question, You think love like ours is easy to find? It highlights what he's giving up, that unique connection.
Even as he's leaving, he's still tied to her, isn't he? She was never mine to hold, but Lord, my heart wouldn't let her go. The emotional connection persists.
And acknowledging that kind of love don't come around again, it underscores the weight of the decision.
And then the aftermath. Building a new life, but it feels false. Building something on a lie with a woman I can't look in the eye because my heart stayed long ago. That's brutal honesty.
He knows he made the logical choice, maybe, but emotionally, it was the wrong one. That feeling of being haunted by the past love is so strong.
Yeah, I did the right thing, but it's the wrong thing, I know. That line just sums up the whole internal conflict. The regret.
Definitely. A really poignant track about difficult choices and lasting consequences.
Okay, let's lighten things up a bit.
Yep.
Spinnin'. This one just feels like pure, dizzying energy.
Oh, yeah. Whirlwind romance time. This woman arrives like a force of nature, right? Rolled in like thunder on a Georgia night. High heels, cherry lips, instant impact.
And poor Jake is just gone. Head over heels, skipping work and losing sleep. Classic infatuation, logic out the window.
And the town's watching, probably shaking their heads while Jake's just lost in it.
The descriptions of her are great too. Leopard boots and a grin too wide, but also talks in riddles, hums old tunes. Mysterious, maybe a little unpredictable.
Seems like it. And Jake's action selling tools, pawning his bike, show how completely consumed he is. It highlights that sometimes questionable decision-making in early love.
And that central metaphor, spinning like a record, it's perfect for that feeling of being totally caught up, losing control.
You don't really know if she's good news or bad news, do you? But Jake doesn't care. He's just in the moment spinning.
It captures that exhilarating, maybe irrational, maybe even slightly dangerous feeling of new love really well. That feeling of being wild and free, even if it might crash later.
Exactly. Sometimes you just embrace the spin.
All right. Moving towards themes of inner strength now. Still, here, somehow, this feels like an anthem for just getting through it.
Yeah, it carries this real sense of resilience. Starts right off acknowledging the struggle. Another broken promise, just another day, that weight is there.
You hit my chest like a freight train running wild. You feel that sense of being overwhelmed? The burdens we carry.
But then there's that pivot, that determination. But I take one more breath and I walk another mile. I'm still here somehow. It's that core human drive to just keep going.
And it feels earned because it's so honest about the pain. Bruised and battered, blood on my brow, makes the resilience seem more real.
And that inner voice. But there's a voice inside saying, not today. It's a great depiction of finding strength within yourself, maybe strength you didn't know you had.
There's a hint of hope, too. Maybe finding meaning later. Maybe someday this pain will make sense tonight. But even without answers.
Even without answers, the commitment is there. I'll ride this road with a heart too stubborn to let go. It's really inspiring. Just pure perseverance.
Testament to just not giving up.
Exactly. The endurance of the human spirit.
Okay, now for a couple of tracks that look outwards a bit more. First, Welcome to America. This one feels very optimistic, encouraging.
Yeah, it definitely leans into that idea of the American dream, the potential here.
Yeah.
Celebrating opportunity, freedom.
It uses that broad imagery, right?
Yeah.
Hills of Tennessee, California coast, back porch prayer, big city toast, trying to capture that diversity.
And there's a clear call to action in there. You got a voice. You got a shot to rise up higher. It's about participating, seizing potential.
It also gives a nod to the hard work of past generations, doesn't it? The idea that this was built on effort.
It does. And it tries to find common ground, too. Doesn't matter where you're from or how you pray, we all bleed red and dream the same way. A message of unity.
Encouraging people to contribute positively. Be the neighbor who gives more than they give. It's about collective effort, building something together.
It presents a hopeful, almost idealistic vision of America and the importance of engagement.
But then, interestingly, the next track kind of challenges that perspective, or at least adds urgency. Where's that fire?
Right. This one feels more like a critique or maybe a wake-up call. It contrasts the present with a romanticized view of the past.
Yeah, that opening about freedom being bought in blood sets a serious tone. And the question, where's that fire? It feels directed right at the listener.
It paints this picture of past generations as being tougher, more resilient. Steel in their veins, dirt on their boots. They built this land with sweat and truth.
And then it suggests we become complacent. Now we just scroll and mute the noise, trading courage for comfort's chain. There's a concern there about losing something important.
That reminder, freedom's not free, serves as a pretty stark call to not take things for granted. It asks for more engagement, more grit, maybe.
And it tries to position itself beyond politics, right? This ain't about red or blue. It's about red blood and what we do, focusing on shared values of action, community.
It's definitely a provocative song. It's urging people to look inward, maybe rediscover that fire, and take a more active role, a call for renewed spirit.
Okay, back to the deeply personal for the last two. You're the light. This is just an outpouring of love, all-encompassing.
Incredibly tender, almost worshipful, like you said. The way he describes emptiness without her, an empty horizon, a silence too deep, it shows just how central she is.
She's the reason, the motivation, the truth. Your love is the reason I rise and I fall. You're the one truth that cuts through it all. It's like she's his anchor.
And that core metaphor, you're the fire in the dark, you're the light that ignites my soul. It's beautiful, shows her transformative impact.
The expressions are almost over the top, but in a way that feels genuine to intense love, you know. Time slowing down.
Yeah, and that feeling of destiny again. You were made for me. You were made for me. Like it was always meant to be.
And the willingness to face anything for her. No storm I won't weather, no mountain too steep. Total devotion.
It culminates in that final line, you're the only forever that matters to me. Just cementing her absolute importance in his world. A powerful love song.
And finally, ending on a really gentle, supportive note. You've got this, Mama.
Ah, this one is lovely. So empathetic. It speaks directly to a new mother's anxieties.
Right, those fears. What if the world's just too damn cruel? What if I don't know what I'm supposed to do? It really validates those common worries.
But the overwhelming message is encouragement. You've got this, Mama. I see it in your soul. You've got a heart that could heal the cold. Affirming her strength, her love.
What I liked is how it acknowledges the worries. It's okay to worry, to break down some, but then reassures her that she is enough.
Exactly. That she doesn't need to be perfect, just present. Open arms and gentle hands are what matter. It's a really grounding message.
And the promise of support is there too. Take a breath and lean on me. She's not alone.
And it finishes with that lovely vote of confidence. That baby's going to see just how strong their mama can be. Just really uplifting and heartwarming.
A very tender way to likely close out the album's emotional arc, maybe.
Seems like it. A message of love and inherent strength.
So, wow. We've covered a lot of ground here, going through these tracks from Dakota Frandsen's upcoming album. It really is a journey.
It is a real spectrum of stories and emotions. Heartache, humor, strange tales, deep love, resilience, even some societal commentary. There's a lot packed in there.
He really does explore light and shade, doesn't he? The simple joys and the really complex stuff. Each song feels like its own little world.
Agreed. It feels like a very deliberate collection of narratives, each with a distinct emotional core.
And for you, listening along, especially if you love music that tells a story that makes you feel something, well, this album seems like it's got plenty to dig into.
Absolutely. Lots to connect with, lots to think about. Together, the tracks create a pretty compelling whole.
So as you wait for the official release on July 4th, 2025, maybe think about which of these themes or stories we talked about really grabbed you.
Yeah, what resonated? And thinking ahead, what kind of journey are you hoping this album takes you on when you finally press play?
Definitely something to consider. Thanks for diving deep into Dakota Frandsen's new music.